Good morning YouTube and welcome back to the studio. My name's Charlotte and I'm a local Wiltshire artist. On today's episode I'm going to be catching up on my bullet journal, which is kind of my lifesaver. It's a personalised diary for me, and I create it every month or so and catch up through those months. So today I'm looking at completing the basis of June, July, and maybe starting a bit of August, and that just helps me keep a little bit more organised and makes it something fun for me as well. And also at the end of the episode I have a little secret to tell you about my newsletter that I send out monthly, as I've been having a few problems, but I've also been having a big think. So without further ado, let's get started. So welcome to my bullet journal. As you can see, I've started the June pages already, and what I often do is relate to previous months that I really liked the layout of, and this means that I can copy that layout straight into the next month. So from the title page I then do a little calendar sort of view, so I can see any important dates over the month, see what I need to look at. And I also personalise this with the theme that I've chosen for the month. So this month is flowers and leaves, and those nice big bold lines. I really enjoy making a bullet journal, and I started doing a full bullet journal last year, and it's meant that I've been able to sort of have a look at the things that I want to put in my diary. I've always found conventional diaries have been a bit, not boring, but they haven't put what I needed in. Adding individual pages, to me that's such a pain. So I ended up getting a few of these bullet planners from Tiger, and it's been a fantastic way for me to keep engaged with the things that I need to do. Yeah, you can see here that I've made my cleaning schedule. I'm one of those people that don't necessarily forget to do things, but it's kind of, when do I need to do this thing? For example, mopping the floors, making sure that's done every month, clean the ovens, that kind of thing. And obviously having my own art business, I've got a couple of pages dedicated to those. So you can see my to-do page and my social media cropping up here. And that's where I put all my ideas and planning for things like my YouTube videos. So this one was planned in. All my Instagram posts, Facebook posts, blog posts, and even my newsletters. I've really found by having this social media sort of layout, I've been able to plan ahead, and in some cases I've been able to schedule posts. And this has meant that I'm not so rushed on the day to be like, oh my gosh, I need to do this. I've sort of got myself a little bit of a backup scheme in that respect. And it's also meant that I've looked after my social media a little bit more. I am having a social media break at the moment, but it's meant that I can have this plan for the future instead. And then last but not least in the diary is the weeks. So I do have a couple of pages that I haven't shown here, and I will allude to them later, but they're just a little bit more personal for me. I found that this week setup though in the diary has meant that I've been able to have more space to put things down, and other ways I've tried have been quite cramped and I haven't made full use of the page. However, this is a really simple breakup of each of the days, and I found that, as I say, it's been the most useful for me. Doing previous bullet journals for me, I've done the thing that if there's a month lap over in a week, I've added it to the previous month or the next month, depending on sort of where the week lays in the month. However, for this bullet journal, I've taken the time and space to dedicate pages out. I also use Pinterest quite a lot to make sure that I have the ideas that I want to have in my bullet journal, as there is so much on there that you can get inspiration from. Honestly, Pinterest can be your friend in many ways, and it certainly was for July. So I've done June and the title page for July. You'll see that I missed out a couple of pages. That's just because they're a little bit more personal for me. So I'm going to go off and do them in a minute while sorting out July in exactly the same way. So newsletter. Some of you may know that I have a monthly or just over every month newsletter that I send out just to keep updated with little bits that you might not see on social media or that I am planning for the future. So it kind of keeps you up to date a little bit more. I've been made aware over the past few months people haven't been receiving it. I sent myself a copy and even I haven't. So I've made the decision to move from my current provider to probably MailChimp was what I've decided sort of the most beneficial for me. So it's going to mean a few changes in the background. However, for the May newsletter, I'm hoping to have that all up and sorted. And that's because I do have an event coming up. It's just a local event in our local church. It's our summer fete, but it means that, you know, if a few of you want to come along, you are certainly welcome to. Talking about that though, I've also made an exciting development and I've got my own print stand. So you might probably can't see it from there. It looks a bit weird, all flattened out. Apologies for that, but it is one of these. So if I quickly build it for you, you'll understand. And what this means is that when I am at events, when I am in places, you can browse some of my prints and also smaller originals that I might have on paper with me. So this probably makes a little bit more sense. So you can have, again, a browse and I'll have hopefully some of my bigger prints in here and I'm looking to get sorted this month my anatomy prints because I know a few of you were looking out for those. So it sits at this height, so it's quite easy to flick through and I'm really excited because it's something that I've wanted as part of a setup for events and things for a couple of years now. So without further ado, yeah, that one. I will be getting on with this and I will see you next week for a little bit more. Enjoy.